Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to 5.3 coverage. And basically, I was going to do like a convoluted video, lots of editing and stuff, but I thought, nah, we're actually going to do this together. So as you can see from the title of this video, we're going to experience flying together in the Realm Reborn areas. Now, just a bit of reference if you don't know anything about my character. I started as a conjurer in a Realm Reborn, basically with a new character. And this is where I basically started. It was back in good old New Gridania, and as you can see, the first quest that I ever picked up, well, third quest actually, was from Mother Meoni over there, and it holds a very interesting place for me at Gridania. Lots of memories, but one thing that I can't wait any longer, we have to go and try it, is actual flying. Now, patch 5.3 brought with it some flying, and I just don't know what else to say other than let's go and try it out. I'm very eager to just jump out there and see what it's like. So we've brought a few videos out today already. Those were things that I wanted to prioritize. Lots of extra bits on the side. Some people might think they're the less important things, but to me, the small things are the most important. So here we are, the first ever zone that I walked into in a Realm Reborn, and we're going to fly in it. It's actually quite stormy at the moment. We've got thunder going on. So let's mount up then. I was going to mount on my chocobo, but I think it's in the stable. So what we'll do, I think it's fair to say we'll take the black chocobo out because he literally has no purpose now. If you're familiar with the patch notes, essentially what they did is they took away the I believe I can fly achievement from Heavensward. And now they've baked in flying to all mounts as soon as you complete the Ultima Weapon series part of the MSQ in a Realm Reborn. As soon as that's done, and you get the achievement, as long as you have a mount unlocked at level 15 from the My Little Chocobo quest, you can fly. So, yeah, gone are the days of convoluted methods of unlocking flying. But yeah, here we go. So mounting up as usual, there's the black chocobo, here we are, and handles like normal. Again, if you're unfamiliar with flying, maybe you're new to the game, you press spacebar. Oh my god, that feels so weird. For a start, I've done a lot of jumping puzzles and just, it's just so much, wow. That's so cool. And the fact you can go up here, I know you can't land up here, but wait a minute. So you can go outside of the borders of most places and just fly around. This is going to be just a serious mind flip for me. So what you're seeing here is stuff that normally is just impossible to see. You know, you physically can't see any of this unless you're, you know, obviously going out of bounds, which I know that some people do actually, you know, do, and that's fair enough. That's not something that you're not, you know, you're not supposed to do that, and it's against terms of service, but I'm very interested though. So we have barriers still, but you can see so much more of a 12's wood. So they did a lot of work behind the scenes to make this, well, prettified in a distance. One thing I will notice though, I never knew this. Look at that. Look at that 2D image over there. That's so bizarre. It's just a 2D image planted on like a board, floating in midair of what appears to be a void there. Is that... I'm not sure we're supposed to see that. I don't know. They have prettified a lot of the backgrounds, but that's kind of... Look at that. That's so immersion breaking, just that one thing alone. And I'm not picking on the game. They did a lot of work. I know they did elsewhere, but this is the ceiling height then. So much like Raktika Greatwood in Shadowbringers, the ceiling height's going to be limited because you've got a canopy of trees, and if you saw above them, you would probably see more stuff like I just did. But what's really the main focus here, what we should really be excited for, is just where you can go now and what you can see. It's going to make travel across these zones much faster. I mean, I've never been to the top of this waterfall, for example. Now we have. One of the first people to go swimming in the top of this waterfall. I remember this place so well, like it was yesterday. Just the ability to fly through a waterfall like that. Oh my goodness. Like I say though, I just wanted to share my experiences with you firsthand because it's just... Oh, this patch is literally Christmas Day for me. It really is. I'm so excited to see what we can get up to. And obviously, I've not touched the MSQ yet. I want to actually live stream that and see my reactions because we've not been able to do that before. But isn't this amazing? I'm going to spend too long in this zone. I want to highlight bits from each zone. But of course, there are buildings that you could never get on top of before, right? So now we can hang out on top of the places, and it's so cool. Obviously, with this comes the caveat of not everything's going to look amazing, right? And some places were never designed to be traveled onto, like this, for example, this watchtower. But think of the screenshots and stuff you can make now, and the RP value of this, like sitting at a battlement, you know? That's so cool. The roofs, for example. Now, obviously, the sightseeing logs in A Realm Reborn involved a lot of jumping puzzles, like I mentioned, and you've seen probably some of my live streams of that and VODs of the live streams. But it's going to be so much easier now. You can fly over them, you know, fly over the entire zone. Oh, look, this particular part is over in that, you know, there's a sightseeing log entry just up there, for example. Now you don't have to worry about it. You can just fly around. The freedom that this allows for is just unbelievable. It really is. Like, we're on top of a Moogle balloon. How many people actually look up in these zones, you know? Now we're looking down from even greater heights. It's going to be fantastic. So let's go over. There's one place I want to go and have a look at, actually. And that's Hawk Manor. So let's fly over here. This is actually near, what's it called? What's the damn dungeon called? Oh, a bit of a lag spike there. I've been getting quite a few of them. Yeah, that's Tamtara Deepcroft. Sorry, my brain just had a bit of a flop there. I've had a few lag spikes, actually. Frame drops, rather. It's probably my old hardware, to be honest with you, but we keep getting them in. It's probably just server instability. I have no idea. But 5.3 has made it a little bit tricky for me to maintain 60 frames all the time. Just occasional stuttering. Anyway, so Hawk Manor, something you see an imposing manor in a distance, you know, with the storm clouds and the lightning flashes that we just had. You know, by the way, this is actually a sightseeing log entry, just to let you know, on top of this log. But the fact is that this bit here was such a painful jump previously. But now, like, I'll show you just very briefly. Like, people have had the worst luck with this, mostly because of the way the terrain is built. But trust me, you're supposed to be able to get up here. And you're supposed to jump all the way to the top. I only know how to do that because I've done it many times now. And the actual sightseeing log is up here. But you could have just flown up here, you know? In theory. I think you can, right? Should be able to just fly up here. Or maybe you can't. I'm sure if I had enough time right now, I would try that out. Anyway, let's look at Hawk Manor, which looks absolutely beautiful. You only ever see this from the ground, but this flight allows us... Oh, no. So there's a ceiling height, so we can't go and hang out on the balcony. That's obviously deliberate, but we can go a little bit behind it, I guess. No? Okay, so the furthest we can go in Hawk Manor is there, and our feet clip through the floor. Okay. So not everything's going to be perfect, but there are parts like up here that ordinarily, look, someone's crafting up here that you just wouldn't be able to get to. It's going to be so cool to see like things like this gargoyle and just go and land on places and have fun. So that's that one zone. Let's try another couple of zones. There's one place I really want to try, and that's Camp Bronze Lake. The reason I want to try Camp Bronze Lake is because it's such a painful place to level early on without flying. Obviously, you'd have to complete A Realm Reborn to unlock this, obviously with the Ultima Weapon storyline, but you know, there are beast tribes, there are all sorts of things. So this is Camp Bronze Lake. So you've got basically an Aetheryte on the right side, you know, on the east side of this massive lake. You've got the Wanderer's Palace. Again, you would normally have to take a ferry, which is an extra loading screen over there to Memroon's trading post. If you're doing fates, for example, like, for example, the Yokai Watch event is in a week's time, and a lot of the fates are across the Realm Reborn areas. So if you want to get between them quickly, you don't want to be taking the ferry. Oh my god. Doesn't that just feel amazing? I mean, it feels amazing to me. Let's go to the top of this waterfall first. That's awesome. Oh, we can't go in there. Okay. Can we sit on top of it? We can. Oh, that's amazing. It's a solid object. So some places are probably, you know, they've probably made collision detection so you can just hang out here. You know, you can just sit here and chill. That view, though. Impossible to see ordinarily, isn't it? This is what I was saying, though. They really worked on the back textures. This one especially, like around Linosha, they really worked on the backdrops. This is all practically new terrain management, and, you know, even if it is PNG images or whatever, they've done an exceptional job. I believe Camp Bronze Lake here has, yeah, much higher flight, but not too much. But you can actually see, look, over there. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? It really is. To me, this is groundbreaking, to see all these zones and to... It makes them feel alive. Now, when you're leveling up in any game, the experience of leveling there on the ground makes the zones feel huge. So my fear was that it would take a lot away from that, but considering you have to complete Ultima Weapon anyway, and that quest line to unlock it, I actually completely retract that statement I had before, and I think it's fantastic. I mean, look at this. This is Wanderer's Palace. You know, this would be impossible otherwise. What is this, actually? This little rock over here. That's cool. Not seen that before, ever. We got the... oh, that's more of the goblin stuff, isn't it? Wow, that's really odd to see from here. Oh, that's the other zone, isn't it? Holy crap. So they've really made these things flow together. This is where we are, by the way, on the map. We're right over the middle of the ocean. This is the barrier, usually, I guess. Yeah, this is the barrier to the other zone. When that's Outer Linosha. So this over here is very literally Outer Linosha with Camp Overlook. So you can basically see all the way to Camp Overlook, kinda. It should be, where is it, over here or something, or over here? Probably even here, actually. And there's Uguro Mines. Wow. The world just feels so much more alive when you can see from one place to another. You might disagree. I personally think it's amazing. I know this video is probably going to drag on a bit, but I really wanted to just showcase how cool this is. So this is Wanderer's Palace. I'd never thought I'd be able to see the day where I'd go up to it and just put my hand against the wall and go, yes, you know, I've touched it. The world feels so much more alive, and I never expected them to add flying to the game, to old world areas. They said it was just not something they were interested in at one point, you know. But I think it's added so much, especially with the time it takes to travel across the entire lake. Not everybody has an amazing, you know, SSD or whatever. So reducing the loading times from that, apart from the fact I'm getting stutters today, but that's probably just a problem with my graphics drivers, let's be honest, in the update, not having fun there, and again. But, yeah, I'm blown away. This is actually the trading post, isn't it? So this is where you would, arrive from there. Wow. It gives you a perspective of where things are as well, because when you load that loading screen on the ferry, you don't know, unless you really look at the map, you're not really sure of what angle you're traveling there. So there's another place I want to look at in this zone, and that's actually this massive dragon here. Wow. Seeing this from a decent distance really gives you an idea of how big this thing actually is. Again, there's a sightseeing log in this place as well. It's actually on the top of this spine here. If people are interested, you can actually walk up this, but obviously you can just land on it now. That's the sightseeing log that you get, and you actually get a painting here. Wow, and some waterfalls over there, and floating city look. Parts of Nimian architecture. Wow. Oh, and that transitions us. I think we've gone into Outer Linosha now, I think. Is this Outer Linosha? Where are we? Oh, yeah, it is Outer Linosha, yes, because there's two entrances from both sides of the lake. That's cool. So the way that the zones flow together there, that was very seamless. In fact, it was so seamless that I just didn't even notice. It just looked like the same zone. It really does make everywhere feel like one just big world now. I'm so happy. Apart from the lag spikes, which are probably my fault anyway. See, look, over here at Camp, what's it called? Is it Camp Overlook? Yeah, it is Camp Overlook. So you never used to be able to get into any of these supporting places, right? And see what the NPCs are doing. But this guy just holding on up here, stringing his bow or whatever. Impossible to get to. But now we can go up and hang with him. That's so cool, man. So cool. And also some of the topography of these zones is absolutely abysmal. There's one place in particular I want to show you in just a minute, but look at this. I don't think I've ever seen, like, ever looked up properly at Ugaro Mines and gone, wow. They're seeing all this goblin architecture, you know, all the furnaces and what have you. Being able to land up here and chill out. It reminds me of the dwarven strongholds and Shadowbringers, like at Tomra and places like that, and Comra. And obviously, normally we've got water physics here. We can't dive in any of these areas, but they clearly do react to our character. How cool is this? Can we hang out on top of this bar? Well, it's not solid, but yeah, not everywhere is going to be. But look at that. That screenshot would be completely impossible prior to this patch without the use of third-party tools. It just goes on for miles, though. Absolutely beautiful. And I've got this sort of like sulfuric rain here. You can just fly your way through the tunnels, not having to bother with anything. Not that that really helps in a place like this. It's probably just as fast to go on the floor, but you know what I mean? How cool is that? So there's another place I really want to show you, and that's actually back in the Shroud. We're going to go to Hawthorne Hut now, and I wonder if you can guess why we're going to Hawthorne Hut. Basically, this part of the game, at least for me, doing my Beast Tribe dailies for the Selfs, was a nightmare. So we're over here in the East Shroud, and the Selflands is my idea of 1.0 hell. All of these things, it looks very easy to traverse all of this, but each one of them has like dead ends in it. It's an absolute maze to get to places, especially if you're doing the Fates, like I said before, and the Yokai Watch events coming back, but mostly for your Beast Tribes. This is going to be so useful. Just the ability to mount up and fly over everything. I just can't comprehend personally how good this is. But here's the Self Beast Tribe area. People are going to be discovering things they've never seen before, including myself. There's jumping puzzles all around here as well. Normally, in places that you can't get to, like on the top of these branches and just hang out. Just, it's added so much to the game. I'm sorry if I'm waffling on a bit, but holy moly. What's this then? I've never actually seen this. A little pool up here. Where's this then on the map? Oh, right. So this is in the middle of the Bramble Patch and Larkskall. This is the actual river, isn't it? No, the Sanctum of the 12 is actually up there that you can see. Let's quickly look at the Sanctum of the 12 because I want to know if you can fly above it. So there you go. You've got Larkskall over here. Look, these are some of the bridges and stuff you have to traverse. And oh god, the spore thing for the quests. You've got this massive waterfall. Then up here we have more tree branches. Look, we've got a bit of a height limit here, though. That's unfortunate. But look at this. Say, for instance, you film your wedding these days or take pictures. You could have them walk up and down here and have a long shot of it. That'd be so cool. Like an establishing shot. Because you're no longer limited to the confines of the max camera distance and, you know, next to it in general. Wonder how far you can get behind this then. Probably not that far because I think the boundary is up here, isn't it? But this is still part of the Sanctum of the 12. Yeah, there we go. Over there, however, is the seedbed. What you don't realize is how close the Sanctum of the 12 is to the seedbed. And how close they are to the dangers of the Selflands. Look, literally, there's the Sanctum of the 12. There's the Selflands. It's one flight away, isn't it? Just a short drop down here. Oh, there's a nice tree. That's a nice tree. Wow. You get this sort of purple gloom because it's all about Ramu, right? And the summoning of Ramu, and that's who the Selfs answer to. And the Levin bolts and stuff. That's beautiful, isn't it? That shot there. Absolutely wonderful. This game never ceases to blow me away, and now I'm rediscovering things from many years ago that people, including myself, take for granted. You know, all of these Selfs. Here's all. Oh my god. This is where that cutscene happens, I think, with Ramu himself, right? Wow. How incredible is this? It really is. So we're going to actually continue. I don't really care how long this video is going to be. Watch it or don't. I don't mind. I doubt you'll be able to fly in Wolf's Den Pier, right? I heavily doubt that. I think it's just the areas. Let's see. What have we got? We got Fanalan. I suppose what we could see is the desert. That could be cool. You might be able to see the gold saucer from this extended elevation, because you could always see on a very clear night the lights of a gold saucer across the Sagoli Desert. So let's see if we can see them in just normal. Oh, it's actually nighttime. Awesome. Perfect. So here we are. This is actually the Forgotten Springs, which now looks very small. And there's the Sagoli Desert. Wow. Oh, there's the height limit though. But look at this. There's little Alamigo all the way over there. Or Xanarek. Actually, that might be Xanarek. That looks like Xanarek to me. And then over here, look, there's the gold saucer. That's so cool. Because normally you have to stand on a specific sand dune and look over, and you can just about see it through like the crack in the mountains. But now you can just be like, oh look, there's the gold saucer. Now the world has a place for everything, and it feels like it belongs, you know? How cool is that? Oh man. I didn't think it would impact the game quite as much as it has, but I'm in absolute love about this. One place I do want to have a look at, actually. Oh, now I think about it. I'm getting really excited now. Really excited. Let's go over to, what's it called? It'll be in Fanalan, right? It'll be... Whereabouts will that be, actually? Oops. Central? Is it Central Fanalan I'm thinking of? No, it's Eastern. Eastern Fanalan. That's right. So I want to go and look at the Burning Wall. So we're going to go to Camp Drybone. So obviously the Coil of Bahamut and all that. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be cool to look at. Oh, well, just the Burning Wall, actually, not the Coil of Bahamut. So here we are. Oh, here's another thing, right? Brilliant quality of life change. You teleport to Camp Drybone. Which exit do I take? Oh no, do I go up there like that person is? Or do I go that way? Or do I go through the tunnel? Which is actually, you know, showing you 2 destinations. Oh, which way do I go? Oh, you just go upwards now, mate. Oh dear, that's so funny. Screw you, Camp Drybone. Wow, it's really rainy today. But you can see the Burning Wall from a mile away. The visibility is a bit low, I'll be honest. Not what I wanted to demonstrate what it looks like, and it probably looks terrible with my video's bitrate, but never mind, you can't control the weather. So this is that bridge with the windmill. My goodness, there's actually a sightseeing log under here as well on the end of this little extendy thing now I remember about it. Here's the windmill, which we can now get on top of. Oh, and we can land on it. So you could AFK here and enjoy the noise of this grinding windmill. What a cool view, though, this would be. So I want to fly over here, basically. I want to have a look. So we're currently flying over the Jurgum River. And this is the actual Burning Wall, isn't it? Wow. Can you land on any of this? Oh, wow. Okay, it's see-through. I did not expect that. Surprisingly. Oh, some of it's solid. Okay. Any of it landable? I don't know. It will take me forever to find landable bits. But this kind of helps in so many ways of seeing what the area would look like if it wasn't rainy and depth of field took over. But yeah, how cool would this be now to traverse? Go all the way to the bottom of where you need to be for a fate without worrying about anything. So cool. So cool indeed. Okay, one last area. What should we look at? Let's have a think. I think we should have a look at Mordona. I think that's the most important place now. Probably actually the 2 places. Let's do Mordona and Camp Dragonhead. Mostly because I want to see, A, what the zone around Ishgard looks like from the air. And if you can see the full details of Ishgard. And also Mordona because I want to look at what, obviously, Idleshire. What Mordona looks like from the sky. So here we are. Everybody who's played Heavensward will be in love with this, like myself. So you've got that place, there's Dragonhead. Let's go over here. What's this then? The Nail. What is this? I never even saw this. Is that like a crashed airship or something? What is this? Excuse my ignorance, I have no idea. That looks really small as a settlement now, doesn't it? Oh, it is a crashed airship. That's interesting. How did I not know about this? I guess I just forgot about this lore. Very interesting. The nail. I'll have to read about this. Maybe chat knows more about this. You'll have to let me know in the comment section. That's so cool. Bits of old airship smashed to pieces. Look, there's that annoying tower. Oh my god, the observatorium or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's the observatorium. Normally this would be a pain in the butt to get to the... Well, I don't think you can get to the top of it, can you? Yes, you can. Okay, I remember. Very cool. And now you can just fly up here and do your quests. I thought we could sit on the end of a telescope like, yes, it is me. We have flying now. This is so cool, though. The verticality that this opens up to you, though, and gives you an idea of what things look like. Like this, for example, here is Desmond Darkhold. Crazy, isn't it? And you can see where that... Oh, that makes sense, then, from the crashed airship. The more you know, the less intelligence you have, I think. Sorry. And there's this bit over here. That's cool. That's really cool to see from the air. Really looks like a big crater, doesn't it? So that, my friends, is Ishgard. Wow. Even from this distance, it's imposing, isn't it? Again, I think they worked very heavily on the scenery for the Dravanian areas, hinterlands, and all of that stuff, and Dragon's Nest and things that you could probably see. The massive spiky ballista there on top of the tower. It's like, do you need... I don't need a pass anymore to go into Ishgard, do I? I'll just fly over. That's how this will work. Can we literally just... We could fly over the gate. That's amazing. I wonder if you can actually fly over the gate and enter the zone before you've even done the quest. Would that break it? Interesting, because there's the entrance, right? There's the actual entrance to Ishgard, and then you've got this piece of ice. Look on this rock. Oh, this is so cool. What a fog. Such a shame you never get to see this. How far can I fly this way? Wow. Oh, this is surprising. I didn't think we'd be able to go on this gate area here. This is amazing. Where's the... There must be a wall. The wall's here, right, for Ishgard? Wow. This is incredible. Okay, that's where it stops. But look how close we could get. Oh my goodness. There's foundation, and it's... Wow. Now you've got fog. Look, the icy fog. To see this up close and to see, like, how far... I didn't think you'd be able to get past the gates. Honestly, I thought they'd put the wall there. Oh, that's incredible. There's going to be so many cool G-pose pictures from this. There's the big gates of Ishgard that sadly we don't get to go through. Wow. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad I came over and had a look at that. And then we got this bit over here. Wow. And then there's obviously the gravestone overlooking it. But how neat is that? That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So last zone then, I promise, because this video is going to be absolutely enormous. I'm having too much fun. That's the problem. I know everyone in the comment section is going to be just like, oh no, what's this video? You're just flying around. I don't care. I wanted to do it. I wanted to show this stuff off for my own benefit, and I thought I might as well share my own impressions. So far, I'm blown away. I can't believe how much there is that we've never seen. This is going to blow my mind, okay? I spent more time in Heavensward and the base game than anywhere else, right? This was my jam back in the early days when there was very little to do. And all we had was the vendor up here, and we only had Wanderer's Palace and Amdapor Keep as dungeons and Coil of Bahamut. That's all we had. And I hung out up here so many times. I hung up on the top over here as well, and I always wanted to go higher, you know, because you can kind of see over here the elegant structures, right? Oh, they've put the height limit here. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was about to get really, really excited. And well, at least we can go on this bridge now. That's a cool view. Wow. of the Crystal Tower. That's probably one of the coolest views I've seen of a Crystal Tower. Isn't that amazing? Wow. With all the little crystals as well, you really get the sort of perspective of how big the tower is. Makes it look a lot closer though, doesn't it? And then there's all this architecture of Mordona itself. Look. All these people flying around, exploring the game as if it was brand new. It really does feel like that, doesn't it? Let's have a fly around in first person for a few. Someone on the Phoenix there, having a look. Wow. Oh, wow. You can see the cast rooms over there. Wow. I'm sorry that I'm saying wow so many times. It is genuinely surprising. So this is actually Silvertier Falls, right? Isn't it? With the Agrius. Oh, is this a Neuralink in the ocean here? Or something? Or just part of the Agrius? Yeah. Oh, that's as far as we can go. How cool is that, though? We can go a lot closer than we used to be able to. I think that's literally the limit, isn't it? Yeah, that's the limit of how close we can get to it, unfortunately. But still, where's the height limit? The height limit is here. So you can really get close to Midgard Summer, can't you? Wow. And that, oh, that looks amazing in the distance, doesn't it? The glow is really starting to increase because the weather's changing, unfortunately. I can't control that. The glow is making depth of field go insane. Yeah, it's lost to us. Look. Now we've got fog. Great. The one time I didn't want fog. Oh, I see. There's a border around this as well now. That's interesting. So you've still got to go through the Crystal Gate then. It's still a separate place for the Crystal Tower. Okay. All right. I lied. Let's finish on one last area. One last area. Where would I really like to see more than anywhere else in the base game? It's got to be Costa del Sol, hasn't it? I think it has to be Costa del Sol. To see the sun-swept skies at night, I guess. Cannot wait. So Eastern Linosha in all of its glory. This is another zone, by the way, that's split into two places. Now, thankfully, this does have two aetherites. Wineport, obviously, over there, and then we've got Costa over here. But in theory, we should be able to just fly across that. There's one other thing I want to check out, though. There's always been a ship that you can never quite reach, right? You can never go and stand on. So this is the upper parts of Costa del Sol. You can't normally get up here, but now you can. Oh, that's so good. We can just chill out with a beautiful view. We've got the Moonfire Fair event very soon, so you will be seeing this again. So obviously it's taking place in Costa del Sol, if you weren't aware of that. It always is. To see it from the sky is something different though, isn't it? Look, there's Costa. That's fantastic. Wow. Literally miles can be seen. That's so cool. Oh, there's the Coil of Bahamut, sorry. I get mixed up. There's so many different bits, isn't there? Oh, the lighthouse. Can we go to the lighthouse? Oh, come on, Yoshi P. Come on, Square Enix. Let me get to the lighthouse. I want to have a peek. It's looking favorable. No. But we get a close-up of it. That looks cool, doesn't it? And then we can stand in the light beams. Really see the coastline now, though, can't you? And all these big chunks of coral and the big shark there. That looks even bigger. The reef. Can I get on this boat? Yes, we can. Okay. That's made me quite happy, actually. Here we are. We're actually on the boat. Wow. Oh, there is a quest that brings you over here, isn't there, actually? Ready to head back to Costa? Oh, yeah, I forgot you. You could already get here. Never mind. What was I thinking of then? I'm sure there was a boat. Or something. Maybe another zone. Sorry. I forget. Let's blame it on me just not playing enough of a game, right? We've only played for however many years. See if we can actually see any of Coil then, since we're over here. Oh, I'm just getting flashbacks of all of the quests that would be so much nicer to do, all the side quests that you can save and just do them flying. Also, another way of accessing this. Look at how beautiful this landscape is with the cliff edges here. Oh, mind blown. Absolute mind blown. Just fly over here, look at all the Garlean crap. Man, what a good storyline that was. Then, oh, can we get on top of this? Oh, we can't. Okay. That's a shame. So this should be the excavation site. Yeah. And then, I guess most of it's underground, isn't it? Yeah. Pretty much. The ageless wires, yeah. So normally you can't get up here. That's fine. Fair enough. I mean, there has to be some limits, isn't there? Really, there has to be something. I wonder if I can aggro the guy through it. Probably not a good idea. Oh dear. I'm sure there's going to be lots of bugs and things to enjoy. But that's pretty much it for this video. Sorry that it took so long, but I do enjoy exploration. I might do another one of these, honestly, if people are interested. It's fun for me to do, and I haven't seen all of it, and I'm sure I'm going to be discovering lots of new stuff with you. But anyway, enjoy yourself. Patch 3.5 is final. 3.5, wow. 5.3 is finally here. It's got an amazing story. You don't need me to tell you that. I'm not going to be showing the MSQ on a video anytime soon. We'll have a live stream for that with spoiler tags, but yeah, for more like this, stay tuned, and I'll see you all next time. Oh, what a cool addition to the game. It really is.